Hello students, welcome to your business studies class. So as we are discussing chapter number 4 planning, and in our previous lecture we had discussed the single use plans, that is programs and budgets, and we had discussed that programs are nothing but just the comprehensive plan designed to implement the policies and accomplish objectives. Then budgets are a statement of expected results expressed in numerical terms like your cash budgets, financial budgets, capital budgets, etc. We had also discussed in our previous lecture about the objectives, which are the guidelines towards which the managerial functions are directed towards, and we had discussed about the strategies, which are also considered as the broad contours or broad outlines of a firm's business. So in our previous lecture we had discussed the single use plans and objectives and strategies, which are neither single use plans and nor standing plans. In today's lecture we would be starting with the standing plans. Types of plans of standing plans. So as we know that standing plans are used over and over again because they focus on organizational situations that occur repeatedly. So we have 4 types of standing plans: policies, rules, methods, and procedure. I'm repeating: 4 types of standing plans: policies, rules, methods, and procedures. In today's lecture, we would be discussing only 2 types of standing plans, that is policies and rules, and methods and procedures we would be discussing in the next lecture. Now, first type of standing plans, that is policies. Now, policies can be defined as a general statement that guides decision making. So these are the organization's general response to a particular problem or situation, that how to deal with a particular problem or situation. That entirely depends upon the policies of the organization. It guides them to take any decision thinking process. So a policy is an organization's intention to act in a certain way when specific types of circumstances arise. It defines the boundaries within which decisions can be made, and they can direct decisions towards accomplishment of objectives. For example, let's say the policy of your company is not to give any goods on credit. Now suppose if some of your buyer or supplier ask you for the discount or ask you for the goods on credit, so you will not allow them goods on credit. Why? Because it is your policy. So this policy helped you in taking the decision of not allowing any goods on the credit basis. So this is how the policy helps in guiding or helps in taking decisions. Certain features of policies: these are the general response to a particular problem. It guides managers in view of the repeated appearance of similar problems and situations. It is the basis for objectives, so it provides the routes to objectives. Then it provides guideline to thinking or action. Discretionary provides scope for executive judgment. Then top management intention, that is generally formulated by the top management. For operational purposes, managers at all the levels also formulate their own policies. That means the major policies are formed by the top management, and little policies, or the policies depending upon the department, that are formed by the managers at all the levels. So major policies for the customers, competitors, clients, etc., and minor policies are for the insiders. Few examples of policies are recruitment policy of a company, pricing policy for elite segment, that we don't sell goods on credit, it is a policy of the sales department. Then McDonald's policy is not to give any franchisee to an individual who already owns another fast food restaurant. Policy of a firm is to fill up 50% higher vacant posts from the existing employees. Policy of an enterprise is not to employ any person who is less than 18 years of age. There may be a policy of a company to deal with the wholesalers only. Policy of a school to give admission to those students who secured more than 85% marks. So these are the policies that are formulated by the organization, and it helps in taking any decision. It helps it guides in the thinking process. Next type of standing plans is rules. Rules are specific statements that tell us what is to be done and what is not to be done in the specific situations. A rule requires that a specific and definite action be taken with respect to a situation. These are prescriptive directives to the people in the organization and elsewhere to do or not to do things, to behave or not to behave in a particular ways. So we all are aware of this term rules. We have certain rules in our schools also that we have to follow. So, few features of rules are that it indicates limit to acceptable behavior to the member of the organization, that what kind of behavior is acceptable in the organization, that is prescribed by the rules. If you are not following in the acceptable behavior that is required in the organization, then you will be charged fine or you will be penalized for the same. They help to improve the efficiency of the organization employees. It helps in maintaining discipline in the organization. Rules are to be followed rigorously or strictly, and generally a fine or penalty for violation of rules are charged. Few examples of rules are no smoking, no admission without permission, mobile phones are banned in the school for the students, wearing helmet while driving two-wheelers is compulsory, no parking. Then maybe a rule of the firm is to charge a fixed rate of interest on the amount of money, let's say payable on account of credit sales after the lapse of 15 days. Or welding machines should be operated by wearing safety glasses only. Employees are not permitted to leave before 6 p.m. Stop when the red light is on. Spitting is strictly prohibited inside the metro premises. So these are few rules that are framed by a certain organization and which needs to be followed. If we are not following those rules and regulations, then we will be penalized or we will be charged fine against that. And rule is usually the simplest type of plan because there is no compromise or change unless a policy decision is taken. So that is why it is one of the types of a standing plan, that we usually don't change our rules as per the changes, or we can say that we don't change our rules so frequently. That is why they are the standing plans. Difference between policies and rules. So today we had discussed two types of standing plans, policies and rules, and now we will discuss that how they are different from each other. Now policy, as we had studied, that these are the general statement which guides decision making or solving internal problems. So policies decide how to do it. Rules are the specific statement which provides guideline for managerial action. Then policies are the means and manners of achieving targets and objectives, that through how we will be achieving our means, objectives and targets, that will be defined through policies. Then rules specify what should be done and what should not be done in a specific condition. Policies are established by middle level management in consultation with the top management. Rules are established at middle level and supervisory level of management. Policies are fixed, but managers have discretion while implementing. Rules, being specific, do not allow any flexibility or discretion. Policies define the broad parameters within which the managers function. Rules are formed within the policy framework and do not change unless there is a change in the policy. Few examples of policies: advertising in international magazines, fixed prices for all the customers, promotion as appreciation of performance. Then quotation must be taken before signing an advertising contract. No sales manager can change prices without informing the management. Employees must achieve set targets to apply for promotion. So these are the few difference between rules and policies which you can learn. Next is the difference between objectives and policies. Now, objectives are the end result or the final goal which management seeks to achieve. So they decide what to do. And as we had studied that policies helps in, or it decides how to do it. So policies are general statement that guide decision making or solving internal problems. So they decide how to do it. Please remember, objectives what to do and policies how to do. Then objectives are the targets and aims of planning. Policies are the means and manners of achieving those targets and objectives. Then objectives are established by the top management. Policies are formulated by the middle level management in consultation with the top management. Objectives are fixed in nature. Policies are also fixed, but managers have discretion while implementing. Then objectives define the future state of affairs which management would like to realize. Policies define the broad parameters within which the managers function. So again, these are few difference between objectives and policies which you can copy down and learn. So that's all for today. So we had discussed today two types of standing plans, that is policies and rules. So policies are the general statement that guides decision making, and rules are the specific statement that tell us what to do and what should not be done in a specific situation. And we had discussed the difference between policies and rules and objectives and policies. In our next lecture we would be discussing the remaining two types of standing plans, that is methods and procedures. Till then, please do read from NCERT also and complete your work in your notebook also, and come up with your queries if you have any. Thank you so much, children.